Welcome back. As you know, not all people in your life are equal. A casual friend is different from one of your parents. So there are likely to be people who will provide far more initial impact when doing this exercise than others. And what I'd like you to do is generate a list of those people who will likely provide the most impact. To do this, really think back through your life. Think back through all time frames. When you were in school, jobs you had, your closest relationships, family members, and so on. Get yourself a nice, relatively comprehensive list of folks that you would consider likely to be the most impactful for you to use with an exercise like this. Oh, and don't forget to put yourself on the list as well. Next, put some other folks on the list who seem less charged. Just use your intuition for these, but select them from across the various time periods in your life. There's no ideal set number or range of people. Just follow your own intuition as you build your list, but don't make it too long so that you never get around to doing the actual exercise. Some people spend so much time doing this that they barely have time for the exercise itself, or their initial list is so impractically long that they just can't meaningfully use it. Don't make that mistake. Also, keep in mind that this list is dynamic. You can add and remove people at any time. So be sure to start the exercise today, even if your list is still a work in progress. Ideally, you want to do this exercise for an hour a day. But even if you can only manage a half an hour, that's fine. And for that matter, even if you can only get 15 minutes in, that's better than nothing. Just know that an hour a day produces a magnified impact. And that was what we recommended and had people do as part of the original scientific protocol that all of our results are based off of. So if you want to carefully follow that, you should do this for an hour a day. This is one of the few exercises in the program that do not have to be done all at once in one continuous block of time each day. So, for example, it can be divided into 15 to 30-minute segments and done multiple times a day at different times. In fact, some people who have difficulty generating love find it helpful to divide it up and to do it at different times of the day so that they have time between segments to kind of recharge their ability to love a bit. When you sit down to do the exercise, the process is simple. Just look at the first name on your list and see what arises. Then do whatever works best from what we've discussed here to try and transform that feeling into love. That's the only task and the only goal of the exercise. If you have a long list and don't get through it during the session, it's fine to pick up where you left off. You don't need to start back at the top of the list each time, though if you want to, you can. It's very flexible in terms of how you do this. As you do this exercise, you may reach a point where person after person just generates love and wonder if you should add new people, take those people off the list, and so on. If you get to a person and the feeling they generate is love, that's wonderful. There's no reason to spend more time with that person. You can just move on immediately to the next person. It's a good idea to leave them on the list, though, because even someone who felt like love for months when you brought them to mind can suddenly switch back to producing a different feeling, and it gives you the opportunity to catch that and remap them back to love. However, if you reach a point where you have more time than people, it's definitely appropriate to add new individuals to your list. You should also follow your intuition. If you feel like someone should be removed, remove that person. If you feel like someone should be added, add that person. Your list should definitely be viewed as a dynamic and ever-changing tool. Okay, that's it. That's all there is to this exercise. In the final video for this section, I'll offer some closing thoughts, and then you can get started right away. I'll see you there.